So I've said before here on the channel that I realize that people who subscribe to this channel and share my videos are aware of what's going on in the world. You guys are tuned in to politics. You're tuned in to what's going on, and you're paying very close attention. And you're not just watching my videos. We've talked about this before here on the channel, and we've talked about during my live streams who some of our favorite voices and creators are out there. I'm part of the Midas Touch Network, so shout out to them. Love all the contributors there. I also watch people like Luke Beasley. I watch David Packman. I watch Bo of the Fifth Column. A lot of different voices out there that are part of the pro-democracy movement. And while we may all have differing opinions on certain things, the point is we're all tuned in. So the people that subscribe to my channel subscribe to that kind of content, and you guys are tuned in with what's going on in the world. But I think we need to really focus as we go into this election on the people out there who just flat aren't tuned in at all. They're not paying attention. And they're going to come in right at the last minute, and they're going to look around, and they're going to see that Trump's back wanting a rematch. They're going to see him running against Kamala Harris. And they're going to say to themselves, well, damn, my grocery bill's been high, and it wasn't as high under Trump. Maybe it won't be so bad to bring him back. And what they don't realize is they've not been paying attention this entire time to what's been going on and all the receipts we've been bringing all the time. They've not been paying attention to those things, and they don't realize exactly what we would be bringing back if we allowed Trump anywhere near the Oval Office again. And so I think it's very important that we pay close attention to clips like this from Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network, because, folks, the stuff that Trump is out there posting on social media and the emails that he's sending to his followers should absolutely disturb anyone, and no reasonable person should ever want this guy back. Let's take a look at this clip from Ben, and then we'll talk more about it.
Trump media crashing with a superseding indictment filed against Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. federal court. Here is what Donald Trump is doing. Here's what he is posting. It was post after post, dozens of posts just like this. He posted this: nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. WWG1WGA. Retruth if you agree. That is the QAnon slogan, where we go one, we go all. QAnon is a death cult. Donald Trump is reposting death cult memes. Donald Trump then reposts this other QAnon post. The world will soon understand nothing can stop what is coming. He then reposts another photograph of him, another QAnon post right here. Nothing can stop what is coming. And you see in the background with kind of the lightning bolts, that is the QAnon imagery for the storm is coming, meaning that Donald Trump will be holding public executions on Capitol Hill. That's one of the beliefs of QAnon. Donald Trump posts Vice President Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, President Biden, Dr. Fauci, Hillary Clinton in orange jumpsuits. And then it says, how to actually fix the system. Here is a start. Another repost by Donald Trump is this. And this is just so horrific and misogynistic and disgusting. Donald Trump reposts a photo of Vice President Kamala Harris with Hillary Clinton that says, funny how blowjobs impacted both their careers differently. Yes, folks, this is the leader of the Republican Party, the party that once claimed it embodied family values. You have the leader of the Republican Party posting a photo of Vice President Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton, two of the most accomplished people in the world, mind you, in the United States of America, and he's reposting something that literally says, funny how blowjobs impacted both their careers differently. Then he posts this: all roads lead to Obama. Retruth if you want public military tribunals. So yes, this morning, Donald Trump is calling for military tribunals in public with former President Barack Obama. That's what Donald Trump is doing this morning.
See, that's why folks like us who are paying attention takes him seriously when he says he would like to be dictator on day one. Just let me be dictator for a day. I'll fix all your problems and I'll give it back to you. That's why we don't take that comment lightly. When we hear him say he wants to terminate the Constitution, that right there is why we don't take it lightly, because he's saying these things out loud. He's sharing these things with his followers. He's reposting these things. He is attaching his name and his brand to this type of rhetoric. He has went down to the darkest part of the underbelly of our country, grabbed hold of these conspiracy theorists and brought them to light and validated those people and made those people feel like that they're truly legitimate. That is the kind of stuff that both parties, it shouldn't have been about Democrat or Republican. That's the kind of shit that people should have been shouting down. But this guy empowered it. And those are the things that he is posting, talking about military tribunals, blaming President Obama for everything and saying all roads leads to Obama. Another conspiracy theory that they've pushed for years. And that is the type of audience he's playing to. And that is the type of audience that he's working up and getting ready to go, man. Those people are fired up and ready to go for him. Now, there's going to be people out there that may stumble across this video and go, well, Brando, I've got family that'll say to me, listen, don't worry about that. He can't do that stuff. Hey, it's just his rhetoric. He's just saying those things. He just wants to get back in office. He's just trying to stir the pot and get people to watch him. But you can trust him. He would never do those things. Okay, here he is saying he would do those things.
I have zero trust in our Congress and our Senate, anything.
We have a
government that's not functioning right now.
Yeah.
How are you going to gain the trust back of the American people within the government? And are we going to see anybody held accountable?
Yeah. The answer is yes on the second. They're going to be held accountable. They've got to be held accountable. What they're doing, they're destroying this country. They're crooked people. They're dishonest people. They're going to be held accountable.
So to the folks out there who aren't really paying attention, we're supposed to take their word for it when they say, he wouldn't do that stuff. We're supposed to take their word because they weren't paying attention. Meanwhile, we've been bringing receipt after receipt after receipt. And then there he is saying, yeah, they will be punished. It all leads back to Obama. No, what it is this is a guy who was held accountable for his actions. He's never felt that before in his life, and he was able to brainwash a cult full of people into believing that he was their hero and that everything was rigged against him. He's not. People have said so many times to me, man, they're trying to indict him in his campaign. No, he's campaigning to avoid indictments. He's campaigning to avoid responsibility. He doesn't want to take accountability for his actions. He wants to be able to get back in and punish anyone who disagrees with him. That's why we take this so seriously. We live in the real world. There's no such thing as alternative facts. We live here in the real world. We see what this man did. We want to see this man held accountable. And he's trying to flip the script and say he's going to punish everyone if he gets back in. So I'm supposed to hear him say something like that and then think, yeah, he was just saying that, man. Don't worry, when he gets back in there, he'll go to work on the economy. Really? He's never explained to us how he's going to fix it. He'll go to work on our health care. Really? He's never explained it, never showed us his plan. It was going to be great. It would be tremendous. It would be huge. You would love it. But we never saw it. For all the people who want to say, I liked him because of his policies, they can't name you one of them. The only two promises that Donald Trump ever kept was taking away Roe versus Wade and giving his rich buddies a tax break. And if he gets back in, he will further take away rights from women. He will give more handouts to his rich buddies, and he will punish anyone who disagrees with him. And for those that says, you're just getting worked up, that was hyperbole. Well, there's the receipts. There's him posting the stuff, sharing the stuff, attaching his name and brand to it, and saying out loud that he would do it. And how can people out there support a guy who posts this stuff that disrespectful? I mean, that is like just the most uneducated dude you ever worked with that thought he was somebody. That is just taking his type of rhetoric and just giving it a voice and giving it a stance. It's so ridiculous to me. And there are still, the part that will always blow my mind is that there are educated people out there who are smart people who will follow along with this and go, I couldn't really believe he would do those kind of things. I think it's the liberals. Well, bring me the receipts. Bring me the evidence. Show me where Obama did these things. Show me where all roads leads to Obama. Bring those receipts and show me and be able to prove it with actual facts and not just something that some nut job cooked up in his basement. But until you can bring those receipts, you really don't have an argument. Folks, this election, there's too much at stake. And we can't afford to let this man back near an Oval Office. We can't allow this guy to have a pen in his hand and have a group of people around him who will say yes to everything he wants to do. We can't chance it. And to those out there that says, I don't really think he would do it, we're not going to run the risk of him doing it. And to those out there that might have a slight disagreement with Kamala Harris or Tim Walz, and you may not like one of their policies, or maybe you don't agree with one stance they took, you have to understand that if you vote on the side of Harris and Walz, you're going to live to vote another day, because they're for democracy and they're for you disagreeing with them. They're not out here doing the things that Donald Trump says he's going to do. They're not. This is an image that Donald Trump has painted. This is a narrative that he has painted to his followers to distract them. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, they're not doing the things that Donald Trump has accused them of. He's saying out loud he's going to do it. It's going to be about revenge and retribution. I want to see this country heal. I want to see this country grow and move forward. And we cannot do that by going back to the disastrous policies and this disastrous revenge tour that Donald Trump is going to be on. The stakes are too high, folks. So we have to pay attention. And to the ones out there that says, I don't really think he would ever say something like that, send them this video. Show them. I don't care to be the guy that pisses them off for you, okay? You can just say, hey, I know this dude that said this about it. What do you think about it? And you can sit back and let him cuss me. It's all right, okay? You can do that. We have to stay focused, and we have to get Harris and Walz over that finish line, because we can never let it go back into the hands of a madman like that.